literature and spoken word, visual art, and a host of fun activities at the Canries Community Festival. Events take place at the Canries Multipurpose Court, April 14 and 15, 10 a.m. daily. The festival climaxes with 2 weekends of live performances. A Little Folktale, a play produced by Sal City Theatre Club and directed by Monique Auguste, Lyric Dilemma, and Jesse Mayers, tells the story of Caribbean folklore figures La Jablesse, the Sukuyo, Kokma, and Tibolong. Saturday 21st and Sunday 22nd April 2018, 7:30 p.m. at the National Cultural Center. Tickets cost $25. Out of Darkness features acclaimed poet, producer, and playwright Adrian Auger with performance poets Felicia Montoute and Ethan Fletcher. It will be an evening of dynamic performances expressed through music, dramatization, and spoken word. 7:30 p.m. Friday 27th April, Cadet Street, Castries. Outreach 2018, Colors and Contours, Rhythm and Rhyme.
Nice. All right, well, we here with Jimmy representing CDF. We also have Adrian Auger here with us. Today he's a featured artist, so that's the
featured poet.
Featured poet. All right, thank you, Humadi.
You're welcome.
A featured poet, and it's set for Cadet Street this coming Friday. All right, Jimmy, I want to start with you because lots been going on for the Arts Festival. You know, Homer, I think she was part of what happened in Canries. Yeah, it was good, Homer.
It was. I did enjoy it. I tell you, once it happens in Canries, it's sweet.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
It definitely was sweet.
Let's turn the page. So yeah, Jimmy. So lots been going on. I take it you guys are satisfied with with what you've been seeing and what's been happening so far with the Arts Festival.
Well, definitely. The National Arts Festival we rebranded back in 2013, and what we've been trying to do is to go out into the various communities and create platforms that allow us to identify new talent,
awesome.
who's doing what where. So we've been
like bring the all up to speed as to what's happening.
Exactly. So you literally map out who's on the ground, and then you go back in and you provide further training to those individuals, so that then they could now enter the national stage. Bring them to the national stage more or less. This year we the National Arts Festival, we had the community festival in Canries. This is our very first time going in Canries. I've been lobbying for that for almost 3-4 years.
From Canries too?
I have family down there.
Oh, I just checked. I have family down there. I know you're sensitive.
I don't appreciate that.
Down there.
I do not appreciate that.
I have family down there. So no, I've got no.
You're trying to put buckets
so we've been lobbying for that
awesome.
for quite a number of years, and I could tell you that what we saw last time in Canries, we were quite satisfied with the actual turnout, and more so the what we saw in terms of what persons were presenting. You didn't have that many persons coming out with work, but what they put out there was pretty good. The quality of the work was
awesome.
Was at a particular standard that you could say, well, yes, definitely you need to probably work with them a little more with their designs and whatnot. But at the same time, the level of work is good enough that you could say there's something that you could bring from where it is, and you don't have to put too much effort into it.
Okay.
So that was the community festival.
We know the youths last weekend from South the drama club.
Theatre night. We had 2 nights of theatre, Saturday and Sunday.
Was that well attended?
Folktale. It had good attendance. We've got several different reviews. Most of the persons that we've been hearing from have been saying that the production was quite nice and tight, and they like the entire story build up. Of course, you'll have persons who will say a little bit differently, but they did put on a pretty good show. What I want to say about that particular group in particular is that the CDF we're planning to literally take them on as set up what we call our cultural crew.
So they'll be under your wing from now on?
Yes, so from now on, the CDF will be taking on that particular group and molding them, shaping them, using them in the various
platforms. That's the St. Louis Drama Club.
Yes.
All right.
So we'll be working with them, and
nice.
As we run our various programs throughout the calendar year, we're going to see a lot more of them, putting on performances. This coming weekend, we've got the Poetry Night Live, and
awesome.
that is this Friday, 7 p.m. on Cadet Street. This is the second year that we've taken this particular approach to what we call our Poetry Night Live.
Yeah.
And the first year was last year with Kendall.
Kendall, yeah.
You know, and the reviews that we got from that was this was very well accepted. In more so,
indeed, I was there.
The approach that was taken for the presentations, you know, people really liked it. And I could tell you this: what we try to do is we try to mix in the up and coming artisans, poets, musicians, dancers, and ensure that you have a featured poet, somebody who's a little more seasoned and who has some significant work.
Oh, a little or well seasoned?
Cooked.
Properly cooked.
Properly cooked.
I'm not about Kenda, but I'm up and coming. Let's get that clear.
All right.
And this year we featuring, you know, Mr. Auger. So yes,
Beautiful.
and putting him on the spot right now, he's going to speak to you a little bit about, you know, what we should expect on Friday evening.
Welcome, Adrian Auger. Welcome, sir. Welcome
you,
to the
sir.
Wave. No stranger, you know your family here.
Always a pleasure.
We had you last time, but it was in a different capacity. You were directing a big, you know,
Producing.
Producing.
Frederick was directing.
Miss Frederick was director, get it right, which was a success as well. It looked like everything you touch is like a success.
Tends to
That's
go.
why I'm up
Tends to
and
go.
coming.
And
Good
he sticks
one.
by that.
Good one. I see your publication there, Out of Darkness. Is that what we're gonna be the feature?
Well, that's the name of the event, and the name was chosen by the director and the crew at CDF because it is actually the name of one of my very early collections of poetry.
Wow.
There are now 6.
That's pretty long time ago.
Yeah, that's a long time ago. I didn't have all this gray hair. But the selection that I'm going to be presented is actually called Omens of the Underground.
Okay.
It's a collection that has been put together specifically for this event. It's new and existing work.
Wow.
So some of it has never been heard before, some of it has never been performed before.
Wow.
And the idea is that
And it's all your works.
it's all my section is all my work, accompanied by Kenson Hippolyte on keyboards
Awesome.
and Deanna
Awesome.
Phillip on vocals.
Awesome. Wow.
And we've been working long and hard.
But that's
I
your
don't-
style, though.
Well, I don't like to go on stage, and I don't like to put people on stage unless they're prepared.
Yes.
So
yes.
we've been working very hard. We have actually a 30-page script, so it's
Wow.
substantial.
Wow.
It'll be about 40-45 minutes worth of poetry, music.
Wow.
And performed, not just read, but performed.
Awesome.
So I'm very, very pleased and honored to be chosen, and I think the idea of turning Cadet Street into a city
a great
open-air
idea.
theater is really novel.
It was awesome last year.
And in keeping with CDF's, new energy. So I want to say thanks to Jacques-Claude and Drania and this gentleman here for their imagination, and bringing it to the city. I think is really, really
I
important.
think it's awesome.
It's free.
It's dubbed Castries Underground, right?
Yeah, the sounds of the Castries Underground.
Sounds of the Castries Underground.
Yeah, that's the overall theme, and the sub theme is Out of Darkness. The entire idea there is to allow for the various noises, the various creativity that exists within Castries to actually
to filter in.
To filter in.
Yeah, so you could feel that. Yeah,
and
energy.
And it does not have to be all negative. I mean, how you present your work, how persons appreciate your work will always differentiate. But the idea is to pull out all of that. Those persons who are rapping, those persons who are the poets, those persons who are dancers, to pull all that and to put on this showcase. The last year it was beautiful, and we know this year is going to be.
I'm sure. I'm looking forward to it. But Adrian Auger, you do so much different things. I want to know how you view your poetry from how are you looking at poetry? How you think poetry?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I don't think that I do that many different things. I actually think I do primarily one thing, is that I create.
Okay.
And that creativity finds itself in
different
economic policy,
different
in
style.
speech writing, in poetry writing, in carnival.
Awesome.
I'm a creative energy. That's what I think
Awesome.
I've been
Thanks for putting that
blessed
straight. I
with.
remember that.
We tend to think that certain things don't lie side by side, and you say, how could he be an economist and a whatever and a poet? But it's the same creative process. It really is engaging the brain and letting it find its outlet wherever that may be as the need arises. So a lot of the stuff that I do is writing. A lot of it is writing. And I have a background in theater. That's where I started, first as an actor, and then later on I became a producer because the conditions for production was so bad that I recognized there was a need, if we were going to go anywhere, to have producers. You need producers and you need directors.
Indeed.
Actors need those people to produce their best work. Somebody has to see about the chairs and the stool and the stage and the lights and the sound, and if actors are going to be at their best. And I know what it is like to be on stage as an actor and get messed up. You deliver your line and
you do your best,
waiting for the
not good enough.
or you do so and the mic can't come on. And so that just drives me crazy, and I don't like to see performers in that circumstance. So I really try my best to give them the best opportunity as possible to shine, So when I am on stage now, I have the same
approach,
and it's nice to have somebody else taking care of all those things for you. It really is nice to sit back and be a performer for a change.
So what can we expect from your performance in particular?
I think it's a bit of a mixed bag. There's creative stuff. There's expression of pain, passion, power, politics. Just to give you a rundown of some of the titles, there's something called the Book of Us, which is a long poetic prose piece that talks about the idea of belonging and what that means for us as opposed to people who come to visit and stay. There's a piece called Esperance, which is about losing your child to dark forces. There's a piece called Jabal, which everybody loves.
Oh yeah,
I can imagine.
Everybody know about
not everybody knows about it.
Not everybody admit that they know about it.
Well, all right. I'm looking forward to see how you're gonna bring that one out.
Well, actually, it's not quite what you think. It is sort of a personification of St. Lucia as the other woman. And how she has changed over the course of the relationship with the poet, so to speak. There's a bit of Creole. I have a piece called Tutsi Piti Zil Zanu, which is talking about the need to rediscover self and country. There's a wonderful piece called Lent, which has never been performed before, which is talking about it's like a metaphor of linking dry season with the political times that we are living in. And it's Lent all now, so kind of vibe, right? So that's very topical. There's a piece on the FRC fire, which is called Liar Liar. And I think that's going to be quite provocative.
Liar, liar, FNC on fire.
Yeah, so we're actually closing with that. That's quite strong. There's another piece called No, the Natives Are Not Happy, which is a very very political piece as well. So we're going to be rocking the city, man.
It sounds
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
What I want to stress on here is that, again, the sounds of Cashews Underground, the intent there is to be as creative and as open-minded and as broad-minded, as you call it, as possible. You're supposed to have that freedom to express yourselves through your various elements, and that's what the Cashews Underground.
Well, if I remember last year, Ras Isley expressed himself pretty well. I see Madam hold her two little kids and say, Cashews Underground a little too hot for me.
Well, we're gonna be
parental advisory which want to put out there this time.
It's definitely adult. It's definitely adult audience. It's mature audiences.
I would think so. Because if you want people to be free to express,
and that's something we need to talk about here. I think that as artists, we're far too timid, especially when it comes to making a comment about politicians or government or whatever. Man, if you're in politics, you have to take the pecan. That's how it is. You put yourself into public life, you're gonna get blocked. You're going to get pecan. So
just like Uma was saying yesterday, the belly getting big and fat.
And now who's being timid? No, it's true. You see that. As a matter of fact, It's true. I saw one of my friends yesterday. I say, boy, what a difference it makes when you're partying power.
You see it?
You know, pants size increase
Popping
at
out.
least 2, you know. Then you see the folds on the back of their neck,
Oh,
you know,
Lord.
getting generous and things. No, it's true.
Oh,
it's
Lord,
true.
is it true?
You'll see I losing weight, right? You know what that means.
Take yourself out of it quickly, Adrian.
Boom, boom, boom.
No, let me tell you, if art is not going to make political commentary, then it is a waste of time.
Indeed.
Because you have
Because
to
it's
call
direct
it like
connection
it
to
is.
people, right?
That is right.
Yes.
And even if it is not always your own views, you as an artist, you have to reflect the things that are bothering your
people,
people,
the-
the
you-
population,
yeah.
people you come in contact
said,
with. If the
yeah.
artists don't do that, who is going to do it?
Well said. I agree totally.
So I wanted to read a little piece for you.
Please.
Can we do that?
Please, you can.
So this is actually the opening. This is just the opening lines of the production on Friday. It's called Forward, which is the word before the word kind of thing. So it goes like this. I know if I only start, this thing will come. This thing unbending inside. I know, because here is not a place that would ever leave you without words. Breathless, perhaps, not speechless, not for long. No. This is a place that will drag words out from you like a hand inside your belly making bread, inside your chest wrestling with your heart, wanting to pull some talk from out your mouth. And what it pull will not be silence. Happiness or horror or something else, perhaps, something bound to come, even if you don't tell nobody when it reach.
Yeah. Hold on. Never thought of doing radio?
What's that?
Radio. Have you ever done radio in your, like, not just on that
I used to
side?
do In the
but-
Public Interest. You forget I was the original host for In the Public Interest.
Yeah.
You
Hold
see,
on.
your young people don't study your history.
Where are they now?
They're right here.
Yes,
They're
that's
right
true.
here.
That is very true. Jimmy, let's encourage folks to come out Friday.
Yeah.
It's a free event.
It is a free event.
Talk exactly as to where it's set up on Cadet Street.
Right. We are right there next to Fry Bar on Cadet Street. It's Cadet with conjunction with intersection with Jeremy Street by Fry Bar where Burger King used to be. I think that's the name.
Just stay Fry Bar. They're popular now because everybody go Fry Bar.
Right.
Yeah?
And
Behind
we start at 7.
Yes.
Behind Val.
Behind Valmo.
Everybody know
Yeah,
it.
that's street behind
That
Valmo.
alleyway behind Valmo.
You know,
Or behind Scotia. And you could say that too, yeah?
yes.
All right. All in place
We
then.
start at 7 p.m. The event is free, and apart from the featured artists, we've got people like Felicia Montoute, Ethan Fletcher. We've got persons who participated in some of our training programs, the Sound Waves project.
Ethan is very good, by the way. He's very good.
Yeah. And of course, we're asking as many persons to come out, enjoy this event. It's not going to be the last one. We've got many more, but again, what we do is every year we bring in a new person that we want to feature.
Feature poet,
And
I feel they go call me back. You know?
I know you have stuff for them
it
too.
probably will happen. But of course, we're inviting everybody to come out to enjoy that particular evening with us and take in some of the works from the various performers on that evening.
Yeah, TC, just to mention, the first half, in case you already want to come out to say Adrian, the first half of the program is people interpreting my work.
Your works.
Yes.
Okay.
And the second half
And even that will
is
be-
me
even that will
delivering.
be interesting
Exactly.
as well.
So there's dance, there's spoken word,
yes.
there's
Awesome.
music.
Awesome.
There's drumming, there's
drumming,
string
yeah.
instruments, there's dramatization, as Adrian says. Of course,
It's a great setup. I'm telling you, I thoroughly enjoyed it last year, and I'm looking forward to it this coming Friday
Friday.
again. How much involvement to you in terms of the setup, Mr. Producer?
Well, I kind of taken a back seat, as I said earlier.
All of
this
it.
is
So,
really CDF.
but you have your rider. You give them your rider.
Oh,
right?
yes.
All right,
My
all right.
people spoke to them.
Well, all right. Because
we are-
I know you have standards. You ain't going lower than that, right?
We are
All right.
assisting in some respects. This is a community project, and we can't expect CDF to do it alone. So obviously, we are assisting. We're doing some of the infrastructure. We're doing some of the lights. People like Ronald and Dwayne are coming on board with the sound and the infrastructure, and we're doing some of the tents, and I think our primary responsibility will be lights.
Okay.
And of course, I've done the technical script for the majority of it. Yeah.
All right. You
And
see?
speaking about collaboration, we have to look at some of the various businesses that are around
Yes. Go ahead.
the approximate venue. The AF Valmore, Frybar, Cox and Company, Joseph Shipping. All of those persons have lent themselves to put in this.
Yeah, shout out to Ozzy boy.
Yes.
He give them
You
enough
know.
trouble last year.
Wow.
But he on board. Like,
You're on board now.
I tell you,
Yeah.
one of
He catch it.
the persons that we definitely want to say a big thank you to is the mayor's office.
Okay.
Thank you very much for giving us permission to
Yes.
let this
and
have
our
this happening.
supply is coming from who again?
I'm not even too sure right now.
Whoever giving the power, thank you.
I think actually it's AF Valmont giving us
I suspect
Electricity.
Yes.
All
We want
right.
to acknowledge
Big
that.
up yourselves, AF Valmont. That is good.
We want to definitely say thank you
That's
to all
good.
of those businesses within the venue to help us put this thing together. And as Adrian said, it's a community event. It's basically a platform to allow for that type of creativity and add some more energy into what happens in Castries on a weekend.
Awesome. Jimmy Clavier, Adrian Auger, featured poet for this coming Friday. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
And a lesson as well. There we go. Nice one.
The National Arts Festival